Welcome to another startup and complete car documentation. What we have here is a 2001 Ford Mustang GT convertible. This Mustang convertible is painted in mineral gray metallic with a black convertible soft top. It has a dark charcoal interior and the premium trim came standard with leather seats. On the remote fob, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, trunk release, and panic. Frameless windows. The door panels do have storage areas. And you get power windows, locks, and mirrors. Driver's seat does get partial power adjustments. Interesting location for them. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine and listen to that Magnaflow exhaust. I know it does sound cliche at this point, but it is hard to deny that the Ford Mustang is nothing short of an icon. The Mustang made its debut for the 1965 model year and has been in continuous production ever since. When it was released, it was a huge hit with consumers and truly put the pony car on the map, at the same time causing other manufacturers to launch direct competitors, like the Chevy Camaro and Dodge Challenger most famously. Since its launch, the Mustang has lasted 6 generations, with a 7th generation about to launch for 2024. This 2001 model we have here represents the Mustang's 4th generation. Replacing the famous Fox body Mustang, the 4th gen Mustang was produced in total for model years 1994 through 2004. This generation was split into 2 distinctive phases, the first one being the 94 to 98 models, and the second, known as the New Edge, lasting from 99 to 04. With the New Edge refresh for 99, the car got a massive overhaul of the exterior styling, giving it a much more crisp and modern look. I believe the only carried over exterior panel was the roof. The interior, however, remained mostly the same, and therefore a 94 and an 04 Mustang have nearly identical interiors despite being 10 years apart. But that New Edge refresh in 99 was more than just cosmetic, as it also saw the available engines get significant bumps in power. The 4th gen Mustang was made in 2 body styles, a 2-door coupe and a 2-door convertible like this one. As for the 2001 model year Mustang, it only saw a few minor revisions that year. But your lineup included the base V6 Mustang with a 193 horsepower 3.8 liter V6 engine, along with the GT like we have here with a 260 horse 4.6 liter V8. Aside from the V6 and GT, there was also the special edition Mustang Bullet for 2001, which used a 270 horse version of the GT's V8. Finally, there was the SVT Cobra, which used a dual overhead cam version of the 4.6 liter V8, cranking out 320 horsepower. V6 and GT models also had a couple of sub-trim levels, those for GT models being deluxe or premium. As for transmissions, the GT offered either a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic, with today's example being equipped with the former. The Mustang's top rivals in 2001 were the Chevy Camaro and Pontiac Firebird. In the instrument cluster, we have 6 analog gauges, which are your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, oil pressure gauge, and voltage gauge. And there's also a little digital info display, wherein you can go between trip computer and odometer. The hazard switch is on top of the steering column. It has a 4-spoke design, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and it does house the controls on either side for your cruise control. The steering wheel is tilt only. Climate vent for the driver, your headlight switch, and on this side is your high beam, turn signal, and wiper stalk. Going down the center of the interior, you have your central climate vents, along with a set of single zone climate controls. This one has been fitted with an aftermarket Kenwood head unit, so you got modern stuff like Bluetooth and USB-A and aux port. Rear defroster, fog lights, and traction control switches. Power outlet. The parking brake is hand operated. You have a couple of cup holders as well. And you have the switch to operate your power convertible top. Center console with some storage along with a 12-volt power outlet. The glove box is lockable. And you also have your trunk release button in there. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. Manually dimming rear view with little reading lights. But now we'll go ahead and roll down all the windows and lower the power convertible top. Driver's window is auto down. And have a look at the engine bay. This GT comes with these optional 17-inch retro-styled 5-spoke alloy rims. The 01 Mustang GT is powered by Ford's modular 4.6-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. It has an iron block with aluminum heads along with single overhead camshaft and 2 valves per cylinder. In its stock form, horsepower is rated at 260 at 5250 RPM, while torque is rated at 302 pound-feet at 4000 RPM. That power is sent to the rear wheels of this Mustang via the standard 5-speed manual transmission. Running on regular unleaded with a 15.7-gallon fuel tank, updated EPA estimates for a Mustang like this one are about 16 mpg in the city and 23 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a solid axle multi-link rear setup. Stopping the car are 4-wheel disc brakes with ventilated front rotors. Curb weight for this one is about 3,400 pounds. Although I gotta say, the 99 to 04 Mustang, I absolutely love the exterior styling. I think it's aged quite well. It just looks so crisp. I love the way these things look. But we'll finish the tour with the top down. We'll check out the back seat. Both front seats have mat pockets in the backs. The space back here, I'm about 6'1", and the driver's seat, well, I kind of have to move it up just to get back here. It's pretty cramped. It's very narrow, leg room, not the greatest, but
that is par for the course when it comes to pony cars. They weren't made for spacious back seats, so that's really not a valid complaint. Dual exhaust.
The trunk of the Mustang Convertible offers 7.7 cubic feet of storage space.
And as you saw earlier, the fuel cap is on the passenger side. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2001 Ford Mustang. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.